Okay, there we go. Hello, everybody. This is Danny and Wanda from Deep South Homestead.
Hey guys. So we just got back. We've been rushing to get here in order
Yeah,
to live stream, and we have been gone since about lunchtime,
about
right?
lunchtime today. Yeah.
Yeah. So my son got married today, and we will talk about that a little bit later. But what did you do this morning? Did you do something important?
Uh,
Not really.
I started rebuilding the hand washer wringer thing that I got months back.
Yeah, I
That
think we only talked about that on Patreon. I don't think we ever showed
I
that
don't think we
on
showed it on YouTube.
YouTube.
We showed getting it on Patreon. We've
Yeah.
never talked about it on YouTube.
Hey, Dolly and
Um,
Gemini and Eva and Florida Homestead and Getting Started and Mary Beth, Lois, Buckeye, everybody's popping in now. But
um,
we found the old
I found
Ringo
an
washer that
Amish.
you,
They come from Amish country. There's
yeah.
an old hand wringer that fits on the tub of a washing machine, and I bought it at an antique place, and it was in pretty bad shape, but nevertheless, it's mostly wood. And I said, well, if it's mostly wood and the gears looked okay, I figured I could rebuild it. Well, I'm going to be able to rebuild it, but it ain't going to be easy.
So he's working on a ringer washer, the whole setup. And I don't have pictures and I hadn't been out there. Hey, Lake
Yeah.
Effect at the HOA. I figure some of them have to be at the
Oh.
HOA. Um,
Ah.
but he is working on it and you got one side finished or
I just
one
got
part?
I got two little pieces of it
Yeah.
built. Took me from 7 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock to build two wooden pieces to go on. So, because I'm building an exact replica of it. So we got those two pieces built, and we will be showing a video on sections of it as we build it out soon because it's going to take way longer than I anticipated. So.
Okay, so Mr. Wilton that gave us the apple says his apple trees are blooming. Our pear
Our
trees
pear
are
trees are
blooming,
blooming in full
full
bloom, some
bloom.
of them.
Howdy. And Miss D's popped in, and then somebody else said something, and Danny can't see the screen real well tonight, so I'm
No,
gonna be trying to play catch up. Oh, a Bama Gardener said, "Did we get any rain?"
we got about, I don't even know, we got about a 10-minute shower one day, and then it sprinkled for
2 minutes.
several, it sprinkled a little bit overnight.
And last
I
night it got more
We
rain.
got a little more rain last night, but I went out in the dust this morning and dug down, and it only wet like maybe an inch deep in the
But
dust.
it sounded good on that cabin,
But
didn't
it
it?
sounded good on the cabin roof. But you could kick the ground, and it was just as soon as you got past the damp part, dust still boiled up. So we didn't get enough to do any good.
Yeah, so, uh, but it sounded like we got more than probably we got.
Well, it was because it was a light mist and rain, and it was falling off the leaves in the oak tree all night when the wind
And
was blowing.
yeah, we kept hearing it and it sounded good. At least we got some rain.
Hello,
So
Jennifer.
I see a lot of people popping
Yeah, a
in.
lot of people popping in.
Okay, Prepstead with Disabilities got her book. Thank you. I'm glad you got it. It's one I sent on a Crazy Days giveaway. And let me see what else we got. Florida Homesteaders said they got about 3 inches of rain at the beginning of the week.
No, we ain't got nothing.
Um,
We didn't even. I looked at the rain gauge. We didn't even get an eighth of an inch.
yeah, we need a lot of rain.
We need a lot of slow, steady rain.
We've
But now we have a pretty good chance
all week.
all week, on and off. Several different days we have like a 40% chance some days, a 50% chance some days.
Yeah,
We'll see how it goes.
that's.
We're a
But at
long way.
least,
We're a long way from being wet. I can't even plant my gardens yet. So I mean,
yeah,
it's still not.
you did plant some.
I planted my ryegrass.
Yeah, and we're hoping we'll see how that does.
JS says he sold her house.
All right,
All
where are you
right.
headed? Let's see. I
That's
see
a blessing.
David Anderson says, I really enjoy this show. It's the highlight of my Saturday evening. I hope the good Lord continues to bless you and bring you prosperity so the show can continue. You have to give him a little oomph every now and then. Firefly says she likes your shirt.
Sinclair said he got 3 1/4 inches of rain. That's good.
I keep telling Danny we need to move up north somewhere. He's like, yeah.
I ain't going nowhere, not unless I can destroy everything around me.
Oh.
Let's see. Danny, Cherokee pumpkins are almost ready. Thanks again for the seed. They're planting them next year, should the Lord tarry.
Now everybody has had a lot of good luck with the Cherokee tan pumpkins, and we have shipped out a lot of those seeds. And I do have a playlist on Deep South and Crazy Days. If you grow Cherokee tan pumpkins, I would love to have you send me the link, and I will add it to that playlist because a lot of people are having a lot of success with those pumpkins, and we have been trying to get them back in circulation. And I believe Hoss Tools is going to be selling them maybe next year.
I think Hoss Tool will be selling
I think
them,
so.
yeah.
Hoss Tools, so maybe we'll start being one of your seed companies that may start selling them.
Carol, we didn't get much rain. It was just a sprinkle. That's all we got, was just a sprinkle.
Somebody's asking, what do you think about biofuels?
I've got my pros and cons on that. The truth of the matter is, we have plenty of fossil fuel here in the United States without even fracking. We just don't use it. We have so much in reserve that it's just, we have capped wells everywhere down here in the South. That's just capped. They're not even using them. And the reason we're buying from other countries is just simply to keep trade up. That's basically it.
Prepster says they hadn't had any rain in southern Oklahoma. It's rained everywhere around them, but just not at her place or for around 2 months. So that's kind of where we're at, but we did get enough rain to at least say we got rain.
Yeah, I think it will sprout. I think it will sprout the seeds in the grass that we planted, but I don't know that it was enough to wash any dirt around anything and get it set where it's really going to come up and do good. Yeah.
And I did a video on the, what is it called, grow box? Or you did.
I did a video.
My little seeds are up already. This is the 4th day. I put a picture up on Facebook yesterday. The seeds have already sprouted and started coming up in that thing. It's a hydroponic system. So if you hadn't watched the grow box, check it out and follow us along, because I'll do a video off and on and show some updates if we can keep it growing and doing inside.
Yeah. Well, we're going to I mean, the bottom line is this: we're going to have to change our gardening tactics. You know, we realize that. We're going to go back to, I think, this coming year, raising our plants to set out the old-fashioned way. I don't think we're going to be planting in little trays and pots and stuff like that anymore. I'm probably just going to grow them in the ground like I used to grow them a long time ago. I think I've had better luck with that, better success.
Most everything. The only thing we did different would have been tomatoes, getting those seeds up in your hotbeds.
Yeah.
And things like that. We're going to do our onion seeds in those trays and try.
We'll probably do the onion seeds in trays, but other than that, we're going to go back to planting stuff in the ground just like we used to do a long time ago.
Homestead and the Pioneer Way said they're in Pontotoc, Mississippi. I think that's what it's called, isn't it? Pontotoc.
What?
Pontotoc, Mississippi. So they had rain for 2 days and it's a little cool. It turned off cool, but then it turned hot.
I mean, it's cool here right now.
How much is the grow box? I really can't remember. I think they're running a sale. I want to say it's on sale for $99. And you may get a discount with that, or that may be the discount. You just had to check the link. I didn't check prices, but I do remember something in the description when I put it in there. So I think it's on sale. Yes, please put questions in caps and make it easier for us to see. Okay, somebody said, how did you work? I didn't see. Did you work too hard? Saying a prayer for you. He hasn't worked too much today. We've been on the road.
Not today. We've been on the road, and I would rather work than when I go on the road, I'm 10 times tireder than I would be if I just got out and worked.
Okay, J.R. Gavin says his sugar cane tastes like sweet cotton. It's so dry. We haven't tested.
We haven't tested ours.
We need to do that.
We haven't tested. As a matter of fact, I told Wanda if we don't get some rain real soon, I'm going to go ahead and cut down part of our field I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze it and just make syrup out of it. You
and see
know,
what it
just
does.
see what it does because it's really dry.
And Beth said the old ways are the best ways as far as I'm concerned. It
I
seems
it
like we're coming to that conclusion.
yeah.
We've tried all these fancy things. People are saying, let's go to back to Eden. We did
Let's,
the back to Eden. We have done row covers. We've done everything. Now, the row covers have helped.
the row covers have worked.
We have actually liked the row covers, but
Yeah.
most of the gardening techniques, we can garden in containers, but it takes a lot of
Takes
staying on the containers because they
containers have to
dry
be
out too
maintained
fast.
every day.
Yes. Any
Yeah.
container gardening is like an everyday thing. You better be on it, where when we plant in the ground, we can leave it for a few days, usually a week or two, and go back and it's doing okay.
Homestead the Pioneer Way is asking a question. Does anyone have any moringa trees or cuttings for sale? Also pawpaw trees.
Somebody sent us some pawpaw seeds last year, so I'm not sure. So if I can find out somebody that has them, I'll try and put it in the Facebook group on Deep South Homestead Gathering Place. Moringas, we had seeds last year. I'm gonna have to see if I can find out if Jen has seeds or if anybody has any seeds that we can possibly get this year. I don't have any right now. Do the fire ants bed under the row covers like hay and wood chips?
Yes, they do. They really hit ours hard when we first put it out. But since it's been there for a while, they don't seem to still be under it like they were.
Can the Cherokee tans be prepared like squash, or can they be used like pumpkins?
Both.
You can use it both ways. You can chop them up and put them in recipes, or we've used them, baked them, and put in sweet stuff in it. Or you can bake them with like rice and meat and stuff as a savory dish.
Yeah.
You can chop it up and make pies. You can chop it up and mash it up and make a puree and use it any way you would pumpkins or squash.
Either way.
Let's see. Mimsy's Garden says they have a couple of moringa seeds left. So somebody may have some. If you kind of keep a check and watch the chat and see if anybody says anything. So we went to a wedding today. I wanted to show them a little bit about our wedding.
Glad you got to stop in, Stapleton.
Okay, so this is my son Jesse and his now wife Patty. It was a pretty nice wedding, very simple. They didn't go all out. They had a really beautiful day, and she was all smiles all day, wasn't she?
Oh yeah, she was smiles all day. Yeah.
And this picture, I really needed a better picture, but this is me and my son, Patty, and my two girls, and they were turning, both of them looking in different directions, so didn't get a good picture with that, but somebody else will have some different pictures. This is Danny and I with Jesse and Patty. Okay, I'm not getting it to turn off. Not sure where I'm at. And they did a fall thing with leaves. Instead of dropping rose petals, they dropped the fall leaves like that. And the little girls that were their flower girls were twins.
Yeah.
Jesse's best friend Chris has twin daughters, and they did the dropping the leaves for them. So it was pretty cool. So let's see, somebody from Australia.
Sinclair says his goofy puppy Chihuahua is watching intensely right now.
He likes me.
And he likes Wanda.
Oh, Danny cleans up fine, Grizz said. He does occasionally.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. So we spent the afternoon with them and had a good time, and we got back here right at 7 o'clock.
It wasn't far from 7 o'clock when we rolled in. We had to go feed animals and take care of everything.
And try to get all this.
Try to get all the stuff set up that you have to set up to do a live stream.
Yeah. So we've stayed over at the cabin a few nights this week.
We have. We spent
every time nights. Danny goes, it's probably gonna cool down.
I said it might cool down
so
tonight.
Let's go over to the cabin. we wake up and it's still 80 degrees every morning.
It's tough. It's just pitiful.
It's like, I'm like, golly, it didn't cool off.
Our little generator is only 100 watts, and it won't.
It lasts till about 2 o'clock.
It lasts till about 2 o'clock in the morning, running a little tiny fan by us, and when that goes out, then you're on your own after that. I mean, either the windows up and the doors open, because we don't close our doors or nothing. We leave the doors open and everything, so that the wind can pass through the house if there is any. And living off grid's tough in the South. If you don't have some sort of electricity to power something, whether it's solar or generator or what, you're just gonna suffer.
Yeah, and Saddle Ridge is saying your voice is back to normal. Actually, the video of where his voice is not in normal was back in March.
March, probably that was probably in March.
Yeah. The cabin build went on back in the spring. We are still working on the cabin.
Oh yeah.
But the actual build was back in spring, and we are just now throwing those videos over on YouTube. So Danny had lost his voice back in, not really lost it, but it was really bad.
It was really bad, yeah.
Sometime in March for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, Jim and
I she says I see some green fuzzy in her carrot bed. Yay! All right.
She's gonna learn how to grow carrots.
That girl's gonna be able to grow a carrot before it's over with.
Yeah, so yes, Jim, we have been busier. And yesterday I put up 14 quarts of Irish potatoes. We have to keep a check on our potatoes in the cellar. And a lot of people say, why don't you put everything in the cellar, like sweet potatoes and potatoes? We do put some, but those potatoes have been down there since what, May or June? I don't remember when we dug them.
Oh gosh.
Somewhere along there.
Somewhere along in that area. We go back and look at the video and tell. Well, I can check my records.
Our cellar usually stays in the 70s up to 80 degrees. It is not a cool cellar like most people up north have. We are in the deep south, and
the ground gets hot down here.
If it gets down below 70 in the cellar, we're usually doing good.
Yeah.
So our potatoes, even in the dark, it's totally dark down there, still sprout after about 4 months. So I am canning potatoes so we don't lose all of them. We eat fresh as much as possible, and then I can whatever is left when they start sprouting.
Time Dreamer, we're going to put up rain guttering and use all the water from it with catchment systems and all that just as soon as we can afford to buy the guttering and afford the downspouts and afford the catchment barrels and all the other hoopla that goes with it. It's just that you're talking about a lot of money, and we just don't have that right now. Eva says it's 47 in their root cellar right now. So that's actually the perfect temperature.
Oh yeah. And Danny was hoping ours would stay cool, but really it's just too warm under there.
Firefly says we should buy land in the mountains for like-minded folks. Hey, I don't know about that. You know, I've tried to help so many people, and I get burnt every time I do it. So I'm just like,
Danny don't really like people very much.
I mean, I love people. Don't get me wrong.
He loves people. He just
I love
people.
But it just seems like I get burnt every time I help somebody. So I've either gotten hurt some way. I tried to help an old man one time and broke my neck. You know, just because I stopped to help the man, and I ended up getting hurt. You know, so I don't know. Maybe it's not intended for me to help people.
Yeah, it takes a long time for the ground to cool down that deep. Yes.
Yes, when we dug our sweet potatoes this week, that's one thing we did. We dug sweet potatoes.
We finished it.
We finished them up.
About the third time we've dug sweet potatoes.
It was so dry that when we picked the potatoes up out of the ground when we plowed them, it was like they had already been washed. They didn't even have no dirt on them.
I think that video's Monday or Wednesday of next week.
I don't know when. It's already
sometime down the road.
It's video to come out at some point.
Yeah. So we were really shocked, but we didn't dig them by hand this time. So y'all watch the video next week, please. Saddle Ridge says, don't feel bad. It took 2 years of buying in parts and pieces to get my wood stove and pipes.
Oh, I
That's
understand.
That's the way you do it.
That's the way you do it.
Don't want to go in debt. You
Yeah.
buy piece by piece and do. And
yeah.
That's what we've been doing with the cabin. We did the initial, what do you call it, blacking in?
Yeah.
Back in the spring.
Thank you, Lois.
And ever since then, we started piece by piece. If we had a little bit of money, Danny goes, well, let's go get this. And we'll go get it. And that's how come we've gotten the tub and stuff like that. It's not that the bathroom's even ready for it, but the tub was a good deal. We
Yeah.
had the money at the moment, and so it's ready when we get the bathroom done. Well, the tub ain't ready. He's working on it.
I'm working on it. Time to sow, we didn't get an eighth of an inch. We got less than an eighth of an inch of rain, so we didn't get much.
Yes, VW Farms, Family Farms, they got a
Oh, I watched their.
600
Oh,
and
yeah,
something.
they got 600 something pounds. They planted theirs under tarps.
Yeah.
And it turned out fantastic.
Now we harvested that many last year or
Yeah.
the year before, 600 in our field.
But now we have an experimental one that we're going to be doing a video on here shortly.
Under black
sweet
plastic.
potatoes being grown under black plastic here on our property. It's been an experiment this summer, so we're going to see how it goes here pretty shortly.
Do we have a ham radio? No, that's something Danny thought about.
They tried to get me to get involved in it several times. I just don't have time.
And Ruby says you would be surprised at the people you've helped with your knowledge. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
That blesses us. That leads me to something right quick. Now I'm not going to show who sent it, but do not open till Christmas or when you get this. Okay. Anybody that knows me knows I can't wait till Christmas.
Wanda ain't waiting till Christmas. If you send her anything before we leave the post office, it's done open.
Yeah. We got blessed this week with 2 or 3 letters, and this one here was very special to us, and there was another one that came that was special yesterday, I think.
Yes.
Wasn't it yesterday? Mm-hmm. And y'all don't know how much it means to us, these letters, emails, some of your comments, things like that just mean a lot to us, because this letter and the other letter that came, Danny's sitting there going, I know what I need to be doing. I need to be working and concentrating on this section of Deep South. And it made him kind of reaffirm what he thinks in his mind.
I felt like the spirit was leading me in a particular direction. And when I got some of these letters in, it was like a confirmation. It was like the Lord. They were right on line with the way I was. Yeah. Felt like I was being led. So I feel like I'm headed in the right direction with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
How can you clear out brush when you're old with no equipment and little money?
Oh, that's a big question. I mean, that's goats.
Goats and pigs.
Goats and pigs will clear your land up. Cows, if you can afford a cow, goats will do more than anything else.
Yeah, goats are your go-to if you can keep them in a good fence. But so that's one of them. But
that's what we done. We use goats and pigs to get a lot of our land. Our cows have cleared up a lot of our land.
Yeah, the whole section where our pigs are in the back that y'all just saw us move them to was all growed up 6 years ago when I came.
Yes.
And Danny was talking about needing to do something with it, but it was so wet. It stayed wet all the time. It's about a 15, 20 foot across there that was wet.
It's about 15, 20 feet across there. It's just a swamp, a mushy, boggy swamp.
And so he already had the pig pen because he had pigs before. And he goes, but if I enlarge the pig pen around the whole thing and we got pigs, what do you think? Would it help? So we did that. We got one little pig, Delilah. She was 6 weeks old, and put her in that huge, gigantic pen.
Yes.
And she grew, and she rooted that pen, and she cleaned stuff up. And she started cleaning up. And then with her babies and stuff over the last 3 years, we've really got that whole pen clean. Y'all saw how clean it was.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So.
Dumpster says, we have a 16 by 36 cabin on the lake, 20 foot out. The front door is water. That's awesome.
Yeah, ours is a 16 by 32. It is on our property because we don't ever hardly go anywhere. Today was a unusual day.
Yeah.
So it gives us somewhere to mini vacation without leaving the place hardly. Sometimes that's just necessary.
Yeah, it's Our cabin dumpster is a 16 by 32.
Our cabin what?
I'm talking to dumpster. He's the one.
Oh, okay.
Is
I
a
thought you
16?
called our cabin a
No,
dumpster.
it's a 16 by 32, and we added on an 8 foot by 10 foot bathroom onto the front of it. So I mean, it's actually a little bit more than that. Plus, it has a loft in it, a 10 by
Mhm.
an 8 by 10 loft in it. So I mean, it's 8 by 12. I'm sorry, an 8 by 12 loft. So I mean, it's a pretty nice little cabin. It's not anything too little.
um, Sherry said if she had 10% of your building abilities and 10% of my canning and cooking abilities, she'd be set for life. Oh, good night, food forest.
Both come with a high price.
Do you make your own alcohol?
No,
No, we don't make any alcohol.
we don't make any alcohol here.
I guess we could, but we don't.
Yeah, well, along with everything else we do, we probably
We
could.
just don't have time and don't need to. Dumpster says, my name is Danny also, and I'm retired at 55. I'll be 59 in November. There's a lot of Dannys around.
There's a lot of Danny's. He's almost exactly the same age I am.
Yeah, because Danny will be.
I'm about let's see.
You'll be.
I'll be 4 months older than him. 3 months and a few days older than he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So, hey, VW Farms, we were just talking about.
We were just talking about you and your sweet potato harvest. Yeah, we were just talking about that. You did an awesome job. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
We've got some growing under black plastic. We're curious to see what happens underneath it. Yours under the tarps did fantastic. I loved it. I told Wanda, I said I really believed it would work, and you just proved it. We hadn't even dug ours yet, but it proved by watching.
We dug ours in the field, and I don't know. We haven't even kept up with how many we got. We've harvested 3 times.
3 different times, yeah.
And right now I'm up to. See, I think I'm up to almost between 50 and 60 quarts that I've already canned. I've got a floor full of potatoes.
Oh, we have potatoes everywhere.
And I would say we probably harvested all 3 together, maybe 400.
Probably
3 to 4.
Probably around 400 pounds.
Yeah,
maybe a little more. I mean, it's hard to tell.
A couple of years ago, we harvested over 600, and we were like you. We were just ecstatic. It was like a lot of potatoes.
It was.
And we still are eating on last year's potatoes, so we haven't even finished last year's, and we've got this year's.
Yeah, we canned so many last year till, it just was amazing.
Yeah. And also,
well, there was one I had. Well, it seemed like there was something about Hoss tools I was going to mention.
Seeds for the garlic.
Not yet.
Okay, I'm gonna give all those secrets away, guys.
I think there was a comment I was gonna make, and I got to read these comments, and I planted some Irish potatoes, just to see how. I mean, I just want to know if we could do it.
Yeah, because they're sprouting, and I'm having to can all of them. So he decided to take some out and put them in the ground and see if we can grow Irish potatoes this time of year. What do you think about the deliberate power outage in California to avoid wildfire? It's going to be happening more and more for some reason or another.
Frank, I'll tell you the truth. They probably come closer to starting more wildfires by shutting the power off than they do by leaving it on. Because when you turn the power off, it makes people want to strike a match and light a candle, or at night, or people want to try to do something to have light. So,
Francine asked, can you use canned potatoes for mashed potatoes? I use canned potatoes to make mashed potatoes, potato salad. Anything you use cooked potatoes, that's what I do with my canned potatoes. So yes, mashed potatoes or potato salad. Jessica actually made it to a live stream.
Pomona says, what conditions do you need to grow peanuts? You need hot, dry, sandy soil.
Like we've got.
Like we've had. Yeah.
We grew a few, and we've got I don't know that they don't weigh nothing.
They don't weigh nothing, but they're in a big pecan bag, like you get oranges in or something.
Yeah.
We got a bag full of them. Yeah.
Where is the deep south? We are 30 miles north of the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Drought sugarcane tastes
Tastes
like
like
sweet
sweet
cotton.
cotton.
I don't
I
know
don't
what sweet
know.
cotton
I don't
tastes
know what
like.
sweet cotton tastes like, but I do know this. There was an elderly lady one time who grew some sugar cane. It was extremely dry where she was at, and it was real tiny little stalks. And we didn't have to cook it hardly any to get the syrup out of it. I mean, it cooked really fast. So it didn't have a lot of water in it, it's just mostly condensed sugar in it. So we're going to find out this year.
Um, Francine says somebody told them they wasn't good for mashed potatoes. They are really good.
Oh,
And
they're fine.
I use them for French fries. That's what North Star's saying. I drain my potatoes and kind of dry them a little bit, and I douse them in oil. And I don't fry anything. I stick mine in the oven. And but you could fry them if you wanted to. You could throw them over in a deep fry and fry them if you're a deep fry person.
Delane, they always ship mine in November. It was the end of November when they ship them, always. I have got them earlier than that. I just tell them when I want them.
Yeah.
I tell them, I say, I don't care when you want to ship them. You ship them when I want them.
And they do.
Or either I will cancel my order.
And we've ordered 2 years. And
for 2 years in a row, they shipped them right whenever we wanted them.
Yeah. Matthew asked, is it too late to start planting seed on the coast? If you've had rain, yes, you can go ahead and plant.
If you've had rain, you can go ahead and start planting. Now you can plant cool weather crops, not warm weather crops.
Yeah. Hall's Tools put up a video trying to
talking about which onions are best areas of the country. I've watched the video. Travis and them did a good job on that.
Lessons from Nova Scotia. Hello, Cynthia.
Way up in the northeast corner.
I wonder if she's cool.
Was
Canada having some cool spells?
Oh yeah, they're having. I'm an hour from Panama City Beach, and we planted onions, broccoli, cauliflower, Swiss chard, lettuce, radishes, beets, carrots, and spinach today. Wow, Jessica, y'all put out a lot of stuff. Sounds awesome.
Well, I've got in my green stalk, I picked my first bell pepper this week. So the green stalk works to grow bell peppers, just saying.
Yes.
Lots of times I throw a picture up in the gathering or either on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you ought to go over and join Deep South on Instagram, because I can't do videos on everything we do. And when I think about it, I snap a picture and throw it up on Instagram.
Yeah.
And that's something that's easier for me. So I did the bell pepper that I picked. Danny's got Marconis in a container.
I have Marconis that are turning bright yellow.
They're orange.
Oh, they're yellow, actually.
They're orange.
No, they're called yellow Marconis.
Well, they look orange.
Well, you're colorblind then, because they're yellow.
I'm going to pick them and take a picture.
You pick them and take a picture. I'm telling you, they're just yellow as a carrot. I mean, not a carrot, a banana.
They're yellow as a carrot. They're orange. I'm just saying. So we are growing things. The Malabar spinach is doing great. I've got a small tomato. I'm going to take a picture tomorrow on a plant over in the containers at the cabin garden. So we are fixing to have tomatoes in the fall if nothing happens. I had a small tomato in the green stalk. So we sound like a young couple. We've only been married 6 years, so we can still yank back and forth.
But we're of the age that we believe we're right whether we are or not, and we'll stand our ground on it.
North Star says they're gold.
Oh.
I'm just saying they're orange. I'm gonna go take a picture tomorrow and throw it on Instagram.
Well, ain't nothing here that color. They're not that color.
It's not quite this orange.
That's orange. They're yellow.
They're not quite this orange.
You see the Deep South Homestead emblem? You see that little smiley face that Carol put up? That's the color they are.
I don't know. Oh, speaking of our logo, this is our Deep South logo. Does anybody in this place know who did this Deep South logo? I want to know if...
Does anyone know who designed this logo for us? Because...
we're just going to ask and see.
Yeah, we're just going to ask. Does anyone know who designed this logo for us?
This is our quiz for the night.
Quiz for the night, yeah.
Volunteer pink eye's doing better than they did this summer. I agree. Lots of times volunteer stuff does better than...
volunteer stuff always does better.
I've got a volunteer green, tender green over there, and I picked all of them off the other day and come and cooked them.
Yeah, she did.
They were so bitter you couldn't eat them.
That's because of the heat.
It was too hot. Tender
Yeah.
greens do not taste good till it's cold. So we kind of messed up. But I mean, it was beautiful. The leaves were huge. So no, it wasn't Gosmania.
Nope.
The lorries,
No,
nope.
Lord, no.
Uh,
Definitely not them.
let's see if anybody gets it. Miss Sherry, nope.
Nope.
Two family. Somebody said two family, but no, it wasn't them. Spicy white bear, nope.
Nope.
Dirt patch,
nope.
Mimsy, nope. Somebody else said two family.
Nope.
Yeah, I put a link. Dee said she remembers, she just can't remember his name. This logo was designed by somebody that we got to know early on in our YouTube.
Tom So says the guy who does the repo houses now. No.
No, it wasn't Barry.
No, it wasn't Barry.
Barry did a couple of videos for us, but Danny, nope. Danny's idea of our logo was going to be a DSH, just kind of looked like a brand. I'm a graphics, but I didn't do it.
No.
Ain't nobody going to figure it out. He is the one that did the couples video.
No, that was Barry.
That was Barry, yes.
No.
It wasn't Barry. That
wasn't
was
Barry. Somebody said Bill Clinton.
No, Barry from
Bill ain't that smart. He might have tried to run the country, but he ain't that smart.
Amanda from Freedom Makers. Nope, Amanda didn't do it either.
Amanda didn't do it either.
So Barry is Empty Hammock. So
yeah, that's the Empty Hammock. It wasn't Empty Hammock.
I'm not going to give it away yet.
It was a very special friend of ours.
Dirt Patch gave us our first shout out.
Yes, she did.
So when she did the shout out, this young man saw Dirt Patch's shout out, and he did a shout out for us. And when he did,
Kathy.
That's only.
There's a lot of truth to that, Kathy.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is. There's a lot of truth to that. A lot of truth.
I'm trying to explain something. You jump ahead of me.
Well, I have to try to keep up with the comments.
I know. The fella that did the tour way back when.
Nope.
I'm at the Nut House.
No, so it wasn't Jen at the Nut House. No.
Eric, there you go.
There we go. Wendy Benjamin. Yes.
She's been watching us long enough.
She probably went back and pulled up old videos right
I don't know if she could do that. That's
yeah.
Our woofer. No, it was Eric.
It was Eric from Life and
Farmland designed this logo.
Yes.
And the deal is when Eric saw Dirt Patch's video of us, he did a video himself.
He did.
And he did a shout out. And the link is in our description under this video.
And it's a funny video he did.
Because we laughed. We didn't know Eric at the time. And somebody came into our comment section and said there was a guy did a shout out for you.
Yeah, we didn't know who
Eric was. And they gave us his name, Life in Farmland. And so we went over and watched it. And he calls us rednecks.
Yep.
He says redneck ingenuity, I believe was one of his words.
Yep.
And then he said, and they're an older couple.
He said they're an older couple. Then he stopped me and said, well, they're older than me.
Yeah. He kind of caught himself, but we pick on him all the time saying, Eric, you called us old. And he says, I didn't mean to call you old. I just meant you were older than I was. Yeah. So it's been a running joke.
It's been a running joke. And actually, I've learned, believe it or not, I've learned a lot from Eric.
I know. Danny wants his wood pile.
I love his wood pile. I love his garden. I love his wood pile. I love the way he teaches to do cut cream style corn off the cob. Now that
was Jenna.
Yeah, but I don't care. It's still Eric's channel. I mean,
and Jenna, his wife, is the one that sent me my candy corn plant last year. She put up on Facebook, she threw those candy corn plants that she was in Lowe's or something and tagged me in it. And I says, oh, will you buy me one? They were on sale for like $3 or $4. And so I sent her the money to ship me one of those plants. And mine is still living and it's blooming right now. And Jenna's died. She can't keep hers alive.
No, ours is doing fine.
So
I don't know why, but it is.
And the reason I was saying,
must love heat.
Yeah, the reason I was saying that is we want y'all to remember Eric, Life in Farmland. Some special prayers for him because he has been having some health issues.
He has.
He's going to make from what Jenna told me a while ago, he's going to be making a video in the next week or two talking about all that. But we want everybody to remember Life in Farmland, Eric. And go visit his channel. At least go watch this one where he calls us old people.
Where he calls us old people. It's way back there, but
it's in our description.
It's in the description. It's in the link down there. Just go check it out. Yeah. Watch it. It's funny. It's funny.
Yes. All right.
Yes, he's D. He is. He's in Minnesota.
The candy corn plant. Yes.
Yes. It actually blooms and looks really pretty.
It's a vine. It was a little vine. She sent me about this tall. Mine has grown and went all over the place, and it bloomed like crazy last year, and it's just starting to bloom. It's bloomed twice this year. It's starting to bloom again.
Mrs. Life in Farmland.
Yeah, Mrs. Life in Farmland. Jenna sent me the plant. Can you propagate it for Jenna? I probably could. She told me that hers died because the cold winters. Mine stayed outside in a pot in the front last year and bloomed like crazy. I picked it up, brought it inside.
Life in Farmland says my candy corn plant died because it's an annual.
An annual. I don't know. She didn't take. Yeah, that's Jenna. She should have put it inside during. It's too cold where you live.
It's just too cold, Jenna. Y'all need to move down here where it's warmer at.
I think y'all would feel better if y'all were in a warmer climate. Her mama wouldn't let them move because of Grace.
Oh.
Okay. I think we've had this discussion before. Okay. They can't move because grandparents would have to come with them. Oh. Yeah, it's Dee said she lived there 3 years.
3 years. It's a true challenge for a Southern girl. But I'm telling you, their garden is so beautiful.
I know.
Their soil is so.
Corn, remember?
Yeah, Eric planted Danny corn, and he didn't think it was going to make it, but yet it did make it.
And he couldn't even reach it.
He had to jump to reach the ears on it. And Eric's tall.
We laughed watching him jump.
I know it. I had a blast.
And he actually did a video. If you guys want to watch it, he took 2 different types of corn. What, 2 or 3?
2 or 3, I think it was.
Might have been 3. And Danny corn was one of them. He ground them, made cornmeal, and had his family test them. And do y'all know they chose the Danny corn?
They chose the Danny corn for the best cornmeal.
I laughed. I thought that was pretty cool. And if you don't know,
I was honored in Tampa. Anyway, my corn variety won out. Yes. Yes.
Little things that make him happy.
Yeah, I get happy over the simplest things in life.
So we do appreciate Eric and Jenna from Life in Farmland and Mrs. Life in Farmland and Little Life in Farmland. They've been special ever since we started YouTube. How did you guys meet? Talk about us? You want to tell them how we met?
We met on the internet.
Christian Mingle,
actually. But I don't advise it.
We were just, it was a God thing.
It had to be a God thing.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, it's Kim and Summerall, and I'm freezing here at 62.
We just left Summerall, and it was not freezing.
No, she said it's 62 there, and it was 62, but 62's cold to her.
I know, but to me, it was still hot.
Well, Wanda was hot here a while ago.
I was burning up. You see what he's got on?
I still got a flannel on. Yeah, it's in the 60s here. Gonna be down in the 50s.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Hello from California, back to Homestead. They're coming up with some really good names now.
They are. They're coming up with some really good
proud.
Names.
I mean, we were kind of just deep south because Danny read in the almanac that we were in the deep south.
What?
Wasn't that how we come up with deep south? You were looking at the almanac and it said something about the weather for the deep south, and he goes,
"Oh yeah,
that's what our homestead's
going to be. That's what our homestead's going to be called. Is Deep South Homestead." I did it because I was looking at an almanac. Yeah.
We weren't very inventive. I'm sorry. It was kind of funny.
Jump Off says my dog ate my 10-year-old pecan tree. Oh, look, I have zero patience for that. I don't even want to look at the comment.
Every time a pecan tree is his favorite thing.
A pecan tree is my favorite thing, and I've yet to have one big enough to bear pecans my whole life.
We had 3 pecans or 4 off of our tree last year.
Yeah, but I love pecans as much as I love anything in life, and I can't have them because I can't grow them.
Wasn't we called Bluebird? We called it Bluebird
Bluebird
Farm
Farm
for a year or two before we started Homestead. I mean, before we started
started
YouTube,
YouTube.
because we were doing some little videos and throwing them up on Facebook every now and then, and we called it Bluebird Farm. Plus, we were selling to people in the local area as Bluebird Farm. And when we started YouTube, nobody was doing farm anything.
Hey, Stephanie.
Everybody was doing Homestead, so we changed it from Bluebird Farm to Deep South Homestead. Kind of wish now we was at Bluebird Farm. That would be cute.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'm okay with Deep South Homestead.
Yeah, I like our Deep South.
Yeah.
It kind of works with us.
Lorna says, I have two planted. They're growing. I have two planted about 10, what are they, about 15 years old?
Yeah,
about that big around.
They've only started growing the last 2 years.
Deborah, no, it wasn't keeping it Dutch. God, no, it wasn't him. It was Eric, Life and Farmland.
Yeah, Life and Farmland. He designed our logo. Took him all of maybe less than an hour, because I contacted him. Danny had a design in mind, and we just could not find a program that would put the letters where we wanted it. And I said, Eric, where can I find a program like this? Is it possible? And he says, well, let me play around with it and give me a couple of days and I'll see. And then he messaged back 2 minutes later and says, can I kind of play around with some ideas and throw them at you? And I said, sure. 5 minutes went by. The kid was throwing them at me. I'm calling him a kid. He called us old.
He called us old. You called him a kid. Okay. He
was throwing ideas at us, and we stuck with the swing. He came up with several cool ones. I wished I'd have saved them. If he has, I'm gonna have to ask him if he's got them saved somewhere, because he threw one up that was pretty cool.
Marshall, yes, we plant the Texas Legend onions every year, and they do fairly well. Noodles wants to know, how long does our work clothes last? About one summer.
Probably.
About one summer, we have to throw them away.
Most of the time I buy new.
We don't buy hardly anything new.
Well, not new, but I go to our local place called Clothes Closet when they have blue jeans marked down like anywhere from 75 to 90% off. I just, whenever I can catch them, and I go buy any of the blue jeans I can find, usually anywhere from $2 to $5 a pair, and I get 4, 5, 6 pair if I can find them. And when those wear out, I pitch them and I go back again. I don't buy.
Russell, we have orange trees here and we have lemon trees on our place.
Yes.
We used to have some satsumas and tangelos, but the freeze got them.
Yeah. And our orange tree is loaded. We have about 30 oranges on it right now that are getting ready to turn.
Within somebody the next don't pull some of them off.
2 or 3 weeks. Yeah. So, do you shop for clothing online?
Only my overalls.
Danny's overalls come from directly from the company, so
they're American-made.
Roundhouse.
Roundhouse. Yeah, that's the only ones I buy.
Only through Roundhouse. So we buy his overalls through that. His t-shirts through Walmart. I mean, really. And
I got a Prairie Night Moon. Let me say something. Our figs didn't get ready this year either.
We didn't get none.
We didn't get no figs this year. We usually get 30 gallons off of one tree, and we got what, maybe 2 gallons, and the rest of them, Wanda picked them yesterday. They're still green, hard as a rock. I threw one. I remember I threw it against that piece of metal, and it just bounced off like a rock. Yeah, it just stayed green. It didn't even get ready.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to them this year. The
frost
the
first,
weather,
and then drought.
Yeah. Do we have pears? Yes.
Yes.
And plums.
Yes.
We have yet to have plums on our tree. It was
loaded with blooms this year, but and our apricots were loaded with blooms, but the freeze killed them.
The freeze got them. We had a freak freeze that usually we don't have one that late. Let's see. Jessica said they got a ton of figs. Wow. See, we usually do. We usually have about 25 gallons or better of figs.
Yeah, we get a lot of figs.
And that's one of our mainstays here. Danny eats a lot of them. Wanda, do
Dumpster
you
says,
have a
Wanda, do you have a
sister?
sister in urban Illinois? I don't know.
Not that I know of. I got
It's,
two sisters, and one of them's in
one of them's in Columbia.
Columbia, and the other
The
one's
other one's
in
in
Texas.
Texas
She
right
just moved
now.
to Texas,
Yeah,
so I got two sisters and
yeah.
one brother.
He's probably asking because he probably wants one of you, more than likely.
Well, go get the sister in Urbana, Illinois. I probably have a look-alike. That's
That's
probably
what
what
it
it
is.
is.
He's just asking, do you have a sister up that way?
Yeah. No, probably not.
One of our fig trees, the leaves have fallen off, and the baby tree still has leaves. The leaves have fell off our big trees, and our little trees still have leaves on them. That's the way we're doing the same thing.
Do you wrap your fig trees?
Nope. But
Our tree's too
fig trees, all the roots on fig trees grow in the top 3 inches of the ground. Most of them even closer than that to the surface. So you have to mulch about 6 to 10 inches deep under your fig trees during the winter, out the width of the limb span of the
big.
tree, in order to salvage the tree. So we don't wrap our trees here.
There is a woman I know that could pass for your sister look-alike. They say that there's somebody everywhere that you look like.
Yeah.
And so I believe that. I had a friend years ago. This old man, every time I ever saw him, he had a white beard and white hair, and he was an older guy. And when I went to his wife and his 50th wedding anniversary party, they had a picture of them when they were young. And this man was the spitting image of George Clooney. I mean, they looked alike. If you saw the old man as he was, you wouldn't have never seen it. But when you saw him as a young man, him and George Clooney looked alike. So I know there's people that look alike all over the place.
Pomona, if your plum trees are leaking sap at the base of the tree, you have a borer in the tree, and it will kill the tree if you don't get it treated.
Yeah. They said in New Jersey they wrap their trees. Well, you're way
Yeah,
further north than we are.
Yeah, the further north you go, like if you don't where it snows heavy and freezes, you do need to put a bale of hay and wrap it and put like chicken wire around it or something and keep it wrapped up.
Do
And it won't even hurt it to prune it back to like 6 feet tall or 5 feet tall and then cover it completely up and let it resprout.
Can you grow an avocado tree in South Mississippi?
Yes, I have actually grown avocados here.
That's before my time.
Yeah.
Everybody has a twin. Yeah.
Yeah, they told me I had one on the Addams family or somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, you kind of look like them.
I do. I'm just trying to figure out which one of them it is. Probably the one that's got the bolt sticking outside.
All right, they're asking what do you do for the borer, I believe. How do you get rid of it?
Well, I mean, basically, I just take time and take a little thin, skinny wire and run it up in the hole and actually stick it in the worm, and kill the worm. But
he takes more time at stuff.
I do. I mean, I got a peach tree around here that's how old? 20 years old?
Because it was before me.
That thing's almost 20 years old, and it's the base of it. Where's my hands at? The base of it's like that big around it, and I have to climb in this tree to get peaches out of it every year.
Yeah.
And I always have to, take my time, and when the boars get in, I have to kill them with a wire.
Lurch. Lurch was his name.
Oh, there we go. Yes. Or it could have been Grandpa.
Sinclair says, I feel sorry for the guy that looks like me.
I probably feel sorry for the one that looks like me, too, to be honest with you. So I used to say I got a face that only a mother could love.
Yeah, pretty much. Will blueberries multiply so you can replant?
Gary, they will put up sprouts, but it's very, very difficult to get them to live. Now, you can do it, but you got to work with it.
Jessica's asking about these little fuzzy and white mite-looking things on her orange tree. How could you get rid of them? It's stunning its growth.
We don't have them on ours, so I don't know. It's probably the white flies that she's talking about. It's probably a white fly infestation. So if you look up white fly infestation, I'm sure you'll find some kind of organic thing that's out there for it.
Grizz says he has a twin, but he's smarter than he is, and he's divorced.
And divorced me from the family.
Yeah. Cousin It. Are you talking about Cousin It?
Cousin It? It could be just the hand that reaches up, maybe. I don't know.
The thing.
Yeah.
Thing. I think it was thing, and I say thing. All right.
What would make blueberry leaves red in the summer? Francine, mine have red ones on them in the summer, have red ones on them in the fall, red ones in the winter. It doesn't. I don't know. Mine do it all the time.
Why do people used to paint tree trunks white? My granddaddy did this. We do that.
We do that. It's to prevent the heat from actually getting the tree getting too hot around the bottom of it, and it does protect it from some insects. I mean, so it's you know,
A face from radio or for radio.
a face for
Richard
radio.
says that he told you you look like Tommy Lee Jones. I'm sorry, I can't see Tommy Lee Jones in this. Now he can go, this is my happy face.
This is my happy face. Yeah.
You smiling though.
I know
Tommy
it,
Lee
but-
Jones don't smile.
I know it, but I can do the Tommy Lee Jones. Some of his stuff. And I can't do all of his
Gomez
stuff.
and Morticia. We could be Gomez and
Yeah,
Morticia.
Morticia, maybe so. I don't know.
That would be.
I actually was in a play one time. I was Abraham Lincoln because I had my face drawn out real long. My beard was black.
The tall hat, and he's tall and skinny.
Yeah.
That's not all. He used to play in plays all the time.
I was in plays all the time. I played Moses in a play. I played Jesus in a play. I played a Roman soldier in a play. I mean, I've been a lot of different. I've played a lot of things. I played a guy that got murdered one time. I've been, yeah.
They said they could see Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah. Yep. Put the right hat on, I can play Abraham Lincoln.
Yep.
7 years ago. Remember
that? That's all I remember from it.
Oh. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, have established justice, peace, domestic tranquility.
Oh, yeah. Lord, don't get him started on that.
Oh, Lord.
That kind
Lonesome
of stuff.
Dove, Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, I love that. That was a whole series.
Wait a minute. On. Tommy Lee Jones wasn't in Lonesome Dove.
I don't remember him being in Lonesome Dove.
No, that was
That's the what's that guy's name?
That was Doc Holliday, Val Kilmer.
Lonesome Dove was an awesome.
Oh, I love
series.
That video. I loved it.
It was a whole series. The white paint slowed down the tree from blooming so early. Did that have anything to do with it? I don't know.
I don't know.
Dee says, I need to tell you the lake is too hot still for
the sockeye to spawn. Really? The sockeye hadn't started spawning yet? That is unusual.
Wow.
Yeah, you know what a sockeye is?
I'm assuming it's a fish.
It's a fish, but you know what kind of fish it is?
It's a sockeye.
No. Well, what you know what we call it here?
I've heard you say, but I don't remember.
We call it a white perch.
Oh, I want to go
but
to
Dee's. But the Cajun call them sockeye.
I want to go to Dee's.
You do?
I want to go to Dee's. She done said we could fish in her pond. Can we go to Dee's?
Well, she said it ain't
spawning. I mean, not a pond, but whatever she's got, lake. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the best eating out there.
Tommy Lee Jones was in Lonesome Dove, they said. They are saying he played with Robert.
Wait a minute, I'm thinking about Tombstone.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. It is Tommy Lee Jones.
Robert Duvall was who I was thinking of. I forgot Tommy Lee Jones was in it, but I do remember
I was thinking
Robert
about
Duvall.
Tombstone.
White perch. Okay, we going to
Dee's
and go fishing. She got to let us know. Bayou and Lake.
Good night, Time Dreamer.
They don't make shows like that anymore.
No, they don't.
Now, Lonesome Dove was something I absolutely loved. It was like a series. Seemed like it was like an 8 or 10 part series or something. It came on night after night after night, and anyone grow persimmons down there? We grow.
Look,
persimmons.
We have persimmons everywhere.
The little T90 ones.
We got the little ones. We also have the big tree. Our neighbors got the real big ones. Yeah, we got persimmon trees here grow like weeds.
I can sleep 11. Well, there ain't but 2 of us. We need 2 places.
Captain Call and Gus. Your salary is yes. Captain Call and Gus.
Yeah, I miss those shows because those were awesome.
But those were the real good shows. I mean, when you had stuff like that come out, I mean, they were decent. Now, they may have had a little language every now and then, and they may have had somebody getting shot every now and then. But you know what? It wasn't. It was just family. It was a good family movie.
Nadia wants to know, does canned beef stew come out softer in water or in its own juice?
In its own juice.
I would think in its own juice would be better. Because if you add water, it might, I don't know, would it make it soggier?
I don't think you're supposed to add water.
Well, you're doing potatoes and carrots in with the meat. I would add some of the
I would add broth.
Me.
Yeah, if it was me.
A little bit, I think. I've never
Yeah.
canned the beef stew, so I don't know. I usually do everything separately. Dynasty. I remember Dynasty. Fish from two different boats or the boathouse.
Or on boathouse. Oh.
Oh, she got a boathouse. See?
Yeah.
See? She's making my case here. You want to go fishing at some point in time.
Yeah. I hear an airplane outside.
The whole family could watch those shows. Yes, and you didn't have to worry about it.
Gris said, I hate the part where the water moccasin bit the kid on the cheek and the throat.
Mary Beth had it on VHS. She actually she had VHS. I wonder how many of these people know what a VHS is.
I have one still plugged up in there, believe it or not.
We have a VHS that works, and he still has some videos. That
TNR is the answer. I haven't seen persimmon since I was young. I'm in Virginia and used to see the wild ones. Yeah, there's plenty of them here.
Yeah.
Pia says, we have all Lonesome Duds videos. Craig loves Robert Duvall. I like Robert Duvall's attitude.
Yeah.
That's what I like about him. I don't care about his acting. I just love his attitude.
Mm.
I love it. Remember the old movie we seen he played in? He was an old man. And him and two old men lived together in this house. They were brothers.
No, it's just him and that one guy. And remember, it was the lion.
Yeah, and the lion came and had the little kid who showed up, and this guy coming in was going to beat him up or something in this bar, and all these bunch of young people.
Secondhand Lions.
Yeah, Secondhand Lions.
We love that show.
That was a good show.
We watched that 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Somebody has theirs on 8-track.
I don't have an 8-track player now.
Secondhand Lions. Yeah, I love that show. That was so funny.
Matthew says, has anyone ever ate kudzu? No, I've never ate it, but I have seen it grow before. It grows really fast. Yeah, Secondhand Lions. I love that movie. Oh my
when
gosh.
he takes that shotgun and shoots.
He sits down. The other guy sits down at the bar, holds that shotgun, and says, "You boys, y'all gonna,
boom."
He goes like, boom. He says, and they looked at old Robert Duvall. He said, now go easy on him now. He had just got out of the hospital.
Yeah. He didn't go around, and they bought everything that come through.
Oh, they did, because they were just rich. They just bought whatever they wanted.
It didn't matter what bought an airplane.
Well, actually, the money was ill-gotten, but I mean, it didn't matter. Yeah.
We don't have any pawpaw trees.
No, we don't
I tried
have any.
to get some. I think it's pawpaws I tried to grow from seed, and I didn't have any luck.
Richard, no, we don't want to buy your 8-track.
I don't have nothing to play with.
We don't have nothing to play it with. Oh, Lord. Something to talk about when he's the ranch owner and Julia Roberts is his daughter. Oh, I remember, yes.
On Secondhand Lions, we're old, damn it. Leave us alone. And they would buy anything.
They would buy anything. And they sit on the front porch with their shotgun all the time. Anybody who come up was trying to sell them something, they'd go to shooting at them.
If they liked them, they'd buy it. It was funny.
If they liked them, they'd buy it.
Somebody made kudzu jelly. I guess you could.
Oh yeah, I've heard of people doing it. I've never done it. It was a curse when I was a kid, and it's still a curse too.
Russell said you could eat all the kudzu you want, and nobody would complain.
Nope. And it would grow faster than you could eat it, I imagine.
Probably.
Gossmania, hey there.
And I saw a Texas girl popped in.
Yeah.
It's getting time.
It's 9 o'clock already.
And we said make a Grumpy Old Man
3. Yeah, these are good movies.
Grumpy Old Man was a pretty good movie.
It was a good movie.
I like that. I think too much
building up too fast compromises stability. I agree with you, D. I agree.
There was I got to remember, one of the casinos in New Orleans that was building. Danny's daughter was down in New Orleans. She wasn't there. His grandson was in a tournament somewhere, but she was down there in New Orleans when this happened. There was a building that collapsed.
Yeah.
I have not had time to look because we were on the road. I just know I saw it on Facebook. So we do want to be remembering the people that were there working on that building when it collapsed in New Orleans. Like Jim and I said, the ones that are traveling back from the HOA. I hope they had a
Yeah.
great time.
Matthew said it's a Hard Rock. Yes.
The Hard Rock. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, it was a Hard Rock.
Did you notice the pig wasn't on the secondhand lines? It attacked the kid. Okay, I'm not sure.
I don't even know. I don't remember.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember.
I remember the line.
I remember the line. Yeah.
Yeah. We've not had time to check too much out on what's been going on.
No, we haven't. If you had to buy land again, how much would you get, Sharon? I would start at 40 acres. I had 40 acres at one time, and I wish to the good Lord above I had never sold it, and I still had it.
Somebody says, "Why do you wear your hair long? Is it a religious thing like Samson?"
No, because I don't have the strength he had. It's just because I can, and it ain't wrong, and I can take the Bible and prove it.
Danny, what do you think about what is happening in California? I'm assuming she's talking about the power.
Talking about the power outages and the fire. Actually, they've been having a lot of fires and earthquakes out there. I've been keeping up with a lot of that. To be honest with you, Nadia, I think it's a precursor of what's coming for the rest of the country. I want to talk about what's really going on in the country, but I don't know if I should. You know, I mean, it's one of those things that I'm wrestling with, to be honest.
Yeah. Sherry has a good way of running people off the door. A friend of hers, I was laughing. It was a friend, not her. Oh. Noodle said they wish they had hair to grow. And Shirley says her husband has long hair too. He's 65.
Yeah.
There's 2 are missing and 1 dead in the collapse. And Russell said he's in California
right now. Nothing's happening. Well,
so I think the power outage was in a certain area.
It was in a specific area. Yeah.
I can't remember which. San Francisco. I don't remember where it was at. One of a certain area that it was out. It wasn't all over California, from what I saw.
It wasn't all over.
It was just a certain spot.
It was a certain spot in California.
The Bay Area.
Yeah.
I think. And that's going to happen off and on. It could happen here if they thought something was going on. They could shut the power down for whatever reason for a little while. Do you still preach sometimes?
I've learned that I can talk on Porch Time and Patreon, and I get a lot more views than I do on All God's Children. And I would rather reach more people with what I say and bring it down to a level where everybody understands, and I bring it to everyday circumstances. That's why I do it.
Thank you. I'm glad y'all enjoyed the cannon sweet potatoes the other day, and somebody's saying we need to talk about generational learning. Loved your Crazy Days video. Thank you. And Nadia says, please continue to share what the Lord places on your heart.
Yeah, I've got a lot of things right now I'm really struggling with. I want to talk about it. I just got to figure out how to put it in words.
Yeah. Gypsy Girl says, loved your Crazy Days video today. How to not use disposable items. 20 pack of cotton white flour sackcloth towels for Walmart was $4.88. Wow.
Mr. John says, Osage Farmer, he does. I saw that. That's what he's talking about. Has a good report on the power shutdown. Yeah.
Have you ever heard of drinking
camel's milk to lower blood sugar? Just heard about it. No, I never heard about that.
I don't know where you get a camel.
Ain't no camels in Mississippi to milk, so we can't do it.
Crazy Days today forced me to ponder scenarios. Dee, that's why I did it, because I was sitting there thinking, you know, I can pack up all the stuff and I can keep packing and keep packing. And when am I going to stop packing all this stuff? And when I was sitting there looking at that bowl with that lid on it, I'm like, this is what they used to use all the time. I use bowls with lids a lot. Yeah. But it just dawned on me. Why do you need to keep using tinfoil 24 hours a day? You can cut back. Just saying.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we got to jump off here, guys. It's been a long day for us. So we've got to get to bed tonight.
Yes.
And Gypsy Girl says, I'm not going to find a
we
camera.
want to talk about the gathering for a minute?
Yes.
do.
Guys,
See?
look,
Look,
hang on.
T-shirt.
The Deep South Homestead Gathering 2020. I have an announcement to make. I met with a gentleman today from a gospel band.
Friends of mine.
Which are friends of ours, or Wanda's from a long time ago. They have a nice gospel band. You can look them up on, don't they have a web page?
Yes, on YouTube.
Oh, they have it on YouTube too.
No, not YouTube.
I don't know. It was a website.
No, they have a Facebook.
A Facebook page.
Page, yeah.
Yes, okay. It's called Crossbridge. They have agreed to come and play for us at our gathering. So I met with them today. I talked with them. We set up a schedule, and they have agreed to come. So and I've listened to Wanda and I have been to watch them.
I used to sit in with their band practicing
behind the scenes.
I'm behind the scenes with them.
Yeah.
I kind of know a little.
Look, they only do gospel music now. They used to do country and all that, but now they've decided they only do gospel, and they have a fantastic band. I'm telling you, they really are good. We have some of their CDs. They're awesome. Go check them out on Facebook. I think that you will like them. It's called Cross Bridge. CrossBridge. They're just a fantastic group. I think that you'll enjoy them. We're going to have them at the gathering, March 21st, 2020.
Okay, so Jim and I found them, Crossbridge, on Facebook.
Yes.
No, she put Cross Breeze. This is Bridge, BRIDGE. Cross Bridge. And Mark is putting up the Eventbrite. If you're coming to the gathering 2020, check out Eventbrite and buy your tickets. You don't have to buy them. They're free.
They're free.
Just get your tickets.
The tickets are free. Everything there is free unless you want to give a donation to Crossbridge when they come for actually.
And these T-shirts, the link is through Bonfire. It's in our descriptions. If you buy these T-shirts and wear them, you'll be entered in a gathering at the door. And
plus, buying a T-shirt helps to fund Crossbridge for coming.
Yes, because I'm going to take the proceeds and stick it up for Crossbridge and help with that. And the gathering is here in Perkinston, Mississippi, at the Magnolia Community Center. It will be March 21st, 2020.
Yeah.
So
okay,
there we go.
There we go.
Found it. Crossbridge.
Yes.
Yes, and the drummer is a friend of mine.
Yes, his son sang a song today.
Yeah, my son's wedding.
Her son's wedding, and Wanda actually thought it was a tape until she actually saw the guy singing.
Yeah, because I had looked down to get my phone, and when Chris started singing, I thought they were playing a tape. And so Chris and my son Jesse are best friends. They have been since they were little bitty kids, and Chris's twin daughters were the flower girls in the wedding, and Chris was the DJ at the reception, plus he was the best man. And his dad, Kenny, is a drummer, and Chris plays the drums really awesome too.
Oh yeah, Chris is really good.
He's really good. And sometimes I think Chris almost beats his daddy. Don't let Kenny hear me say that.
I know that Chris is really good. He's really good. The younger generation usually picks up on stuff really good anyway.
Yes, they are from Hattiesburg, and they do go to local places. If you are anywhere in I would say within a 2 to 3, 4 hour drive of Hattiesburg, and you would like somebody like Crossbridge to come, contact them, guys, because they go to churches.
They go to churches all over the place to perform and to sing the gospel.
And they go to family reunions or anything where you would like a little bit of music. They go.
New Day Farm says, I ordered a shirt, then got an email, order didn't meet quota.
Oh, I have got to redo the campaign. There was something going on with my campaign thing, and I saw it yesterday, and I've not got a chance. So give it a couple of days and try to reorder again. I'll try to get this fixed Monday. The way Bonfire sets it up is a 2-week campaign, and when it goes off, then it has to be set up again. And I've got to get that fixed where it's on our Deep South store on Bonfire, so you just keep ordering. Is the community center big enough? This is actually 2 buildings together. One of them is like a kitchen and a huge dining room, and the other one is a stage area and huge area.
And then it even has outside facilities.
Oh, lots of outside facilities. And so we're asking people to bring chairs and stuff like that. We'll get into that later.
Gary says, when is it too late to plant greens in Georgia? Probably you're getting close to the date now.
Yeah, you haven't planted ours.
I haven't planted ours, but I will this week.
Yeah, we're planting ours this week.
Yeah.
If it don't rain,
it's only because it's been so hot.
We may have to go out there and spray water or something, do something.
But anyway, we got to pray. We got to get off here.
Okay, let's remember Eric from Life and Farmland and the people in New Orleans and that collapsed, people traveling, the ones that put up requests here.
Yeah. Father, we come to you tonight. We just want to tell you, Lord, how much we appreciate you. You've been so awesome to us today. You've been so good to us. And Father, you're always there when we need you. And that's one thing that we really appreciate is the fact that you never let us down. You're closer than a brother. You're closer than a friend. You're our Heavenly Father, and you meet our every need. And Father, we want to come to you tonight. We want to lift up the ones that have put up prayer requests here tonight. We want to ask that you look down upon them and that you answer them in a way that will best glorify and edify your kingdom, Father. There are those who have special needs, Lord, that they didn't even put up here tonight because they were too personal to even mention. And Father, we pray for those, Lord, the victims in the building crashing down there in New Orleans, and Father, all the people in California from the fires that we've seen, the earthquakes we've seen, the power outages, Lord, we pray for all those. And Father, the ones traveling home from the HOA, we pray for all of them, Father, for safe returns home. Lord, it's just, we're asking a lot tonight. There are those that have cancer that need healing. Father, there are those that even mentioned here tonight, they actually sold their home and they're looking for another place, Lord. We pray that you give them another place. Do it quickly so they can get back on their feet again. Father, we have friends who have really had to have been evicted from their homes, and they're actually out traveling across the country now. Will be for quite a while, and we pray that you'll settle them down wherever you want them at, Father. And Lord, for those that are drought-stricken like we are, we pray for them that they'll get the rain that they need, Father, to be able to heal their thirsty land. And Father, we pray for that no one will lose anything because of the drought. And Father, for those that are flooding, we just pray that they can get some relief from the rain. And Lord, I pray for my special friend Eric. He's having some physical issues, and I pray for healing for his body, Lord, and that you'll just reach down from heaven and touch him in a very special way so that he can be back to his normal self and that his family can rejoice in knowing that Daddy's going to be okay now. And Father, I just want to take time to thank you for the wedding we went to today. Everything turned out really well and good. And Father, we love what happened and we love how it happened. And we just pray that you'll keep them together for many, many, many years, Lord. And Father, go with us and guide and direct us throughout this night. Bless all of our night. Give us all good rest and good health. We ask these things in thy name. Amen. Okay.
And y'all, next Saturday night, I don't know. I can't remember. I forgot dates. Okay.
Don't say anything yet.
We're going to have.
We might have a special guest next Saturday night.
Maybe.
Maybe.
If not, we'll have some video.
We might go live Friday night.
Or sometime Saturday.
Or sometime during the day Saturday. We might, because we have some special guests that's going to show up here with us.
It's going to just rock Deep South.
It's going to knock Deep South off of their feet, I'm afraid. I don't know if we'll ever be the same afterward.
I think we need to rest all week.
I think our accent will probably change.
I do too.
I really do. I mean, I think our
accent's going to change everything. Saturday's October the 19th. That still don't help
That
me
still don't
none.
help her none.
I don't remember
Gemini,
any
you
dates.
don't know. I mean,
I can't remember dates.
look, girl, we got somebody coming here that's the most awesome person in the world.
And we just don't know. I mean, it's
I mean,
gonna change everything.
it's gonna change Deep South forever. We
I
ain't
know.
never gonna be the same again. I mean,
I'm gonna sleep all week. Don't you wake me up.
I'm probably
Let me
not
just
gonna be able. I
rest,
probably
'cause
won't be able
I
to.
ain't gonna get a night's rest.
You probably
at all.
won't. You'll be so excited. She can't sleep now.
I know. I'm waiting.
She's sitting there. See how she's bouncing
I'm
in this chair? She's bouncing in the chair now.
Y'all have fun, because next weekend we are gonna have fun. Are they from the west of you? They are west of us.
I don't know. They're west of us, but they might be northwest of us.
Probably.
More than likely, I think it's northwest.
I do too.
Is that too much info?
Probably.
Okay.
There's a lot of people northwest of us.
I know it.
We're very, very south. Almost everybody's going to be north, east, or west of us.
Life with Linda says, me, didn't know I was coming. Okay, here we go. Mimsy's Garden in Marybeth. Oh, Danny, don't talk too much. He'll just have to listen.
You'll just have to listen. That's probably going to be true.
Yeah, I'll probably spend more time listening than I will anything else.
I have a
me
feeling,
and somebody else. It won't be just me.
I have a feeling it's going to be me and somebody else sitting back listening to two of you just.
It's quite possible. I'll probably be one of the ones talking, and this other person will probably be one of the ones talking. We got a lot to talk about, and one thing is these two people are so special to us that it's just amazing.
It is. So
it's amazing. We're looking forward to that, to those days. I think it's gonna be more than one day. So
yeah, and we're gonna do some. I'm gonna try and remember to take the camera. Y'all don't know how many people have come here lately, and I forget to get a picture. I forget to get them to sign my book. I forget. Used to, I had the camera ready and all this stuff, and
we've got to know people so well now we don't even think about it anymore.
Yeah. So we're gonna see, and we will introduce them to y'all.
We'll introduce them to y'all next weekend. Y'all may not know them. I don't know. You might know them,
know who it is,
and you might not know who them. But I mean, they're some of the they're probably some of the wisest people I know.
I'm not laughing at you. I promise.
She's laughing at me.
I'm laughing at Danny.
Okay, she's laughing.
Y'all have fun.
Oh Lord, y'all have a great night. Okay, we got to get off here before we get too silly.
Well, Dee could come too.
Dee is west of us.
Yeah, she could come too.
Yeah.
Well, I really want to go to Dee's and go fishing.
I know you. Santa's coming to town. Yeah, Russell figured it out. I'll be there. Chappie Claus. Chappie Claus is coming to town. In his P-row.
Night, guys. Y'all have fun.
Y'all have a good time.
Amanda's parents. I forgot to mention it. I was going to do that and I just forgot. I knew there was something else, and I'm thinking there's a channel, something about a channel, and I couldn't remember. I was running my head and I didn't think that.